There's an infinite number of universes out there. In many of them, there is a podcast by us. In one of them, it's good. Please enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the But Yeah podcast with Aemyn and Zeb. I am Aemyn.
And I'm Zeb. Oh, I covered my mouth. I don't know why I did that.
I'm Zeb.
I'm Zeb.
Help me.
I'm Zeb.
Let me out.
Help me. I'm actually okay. That was all a prank. If you could see the visual footage, you would see I'm not in a bag.
All right, let's just start again just in case I can't use that. I might be able to though.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the But Yeah podcast with Aemyn and Zeb. I'm Aemyn.
And I am Zeb.
And as usual, it's a very special week here on the show. It's June 21st, which is just special in and of itself. June's a pretty
my favorite.
June's a pretty special month if you follow the star galaxy map.
June's my favorite day.
June is my favorite style of sandwich between July and March. We are recording this very late, and it's not on theme for what the day is at all.
It's Daylight Day.
It's Daylight Appreciation Day. We're really appreciating daylight right now.
It seemed like for a second we were leading towards Sandwich Day. Like, that was a really weird thing to say, as if we were, like, trying to do a really awkward segue. But actually, that was completely natural.
You know,
It's
Daylight Day. Daylight Day only rolls around once a year, so you really got to get out and see it when it comes around. So if you're listening to this on the day, I really recommend that you go outside and just stare up at the sun for a good minute and a half. Get that daylight into your soul. Really feel its warmth take you over.
Open your mouth, catch some on your catch some sun rays on your tongue. It's such an impressive thing. It's such a great day. Make some sun angels in the meadow. Catch some sunlight in a jar. Keep it there all year for the absolute darkness that is the rest of the year, I guess.
Go and just sort of hang out underneath the sunlight and just let your skin get real crispy. Just like really develop that nice hard chitin that you're going to need for the rest of the year to survive the harsh winter.
Get all that. Get a giant like funnel with mirrors all inside it and concentrate it onto you, and get all that vitamin D that you could possibly get out of this one day, because you need that. You need that. I don't think the pill form works. It's got to be through your skin, unless you grind the pills up into your skin, I guess. I don't know. I am not a skin doctor or a sunlight doctor.
And as we know, Daylight Day only comes around once a year. So you really need to make the most of it. Really get those vitamins.
The day vitamins.
Because that's just going to give you the strength to survive the dark times. The other 364 days of the year.
Yeah, ever since the Dark Lord won, and we had to make that really, quite frankly, unfair pact where we got one day of light out of the year, and the rest were, controlled by the Dark Lord and its minions as they nip at your feet in the darkness. Vitamin D really helps with that.
Yeah, can I just say something that's completely honest and the truth is, and something that I personally really believe in? I love the Dark Lord.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a controversial thing to say on Daylight Day.
Our show loves the Dark Lord.
Yeah, the Dark Lord.
Zeb, say that you love the Dark Lord, or
I love the Dark Lord.
You know what happens.
If the Dark Lord is listening to this podcast, we loved that deal. It's quite frankly, I am disgusted by the day we are celebrating. I think tolerating is the better word for what we are experiencing right now. Daylight Day. Ugh. I'm just gonna stay indoors. Close all the windows. Put like eye patches on both eyes.
So if you're looking to avoid this day, can I tell you a little bit about what it is?
Yes. Otherwise, we won't know how to avoid it, will we?
So
we need to best know what features we have to dodge.
So there's a point during every year where we experience the longest period of sunlight we will experience throughout the entire year.
Yeah, one whole day as opposed to none.
With the exception of the extreme northern and southern portions of the planet, rest in peace, there will be no day longer than this pivotal day, the summer solstice.
Oh, wait, it's the summer solstice?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
You didn't get that? The wheat is growing?
What?
The children are dancing around the equinox?
Why are we celebrating Daylight Day and not the summer solstice?
The sun will spend the longest time in the sky and provide us with the greatest amount of light of any time of the year, and Daylight Appreciation Day is dedicated to celebrating this celestial event. The children are out dancing around the equinox. The bears are dashing through the field. It's Daylight Appreciation Day. It's the summer solstice.
Wait, no, that's the 22nd of December, says the internet. What?
Hashtag not my summer solstice.
Wait, and yeah, it's like usually it's in like the middle of a season. Like it's the winter solstice is on the 20. Wait, yeah, no, it's the winter solstice.
No, it's the summer solstice. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, is that because we're in Australia?
Yes.
What is it in America? Is that the summer solstice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you phrase that in the form of a fact?
Oh, right. In America, it's the Northern Hemisphere, where it's summer. I, personally, am freezing my toes off in this one day of sunlight, apparently. I hate it. I hate it so much. What a raw deal for the only day of sunlight to be in winter.
Okay.
For us.
But we do have the majority of our listeners in the United States enjoying this show. So I think that we owe it to them to give them a good summer episode.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's so warm. I love it. I love it. I'm wearing heaps of layers because I love it so much. I love how warm it is. I want to be warmer. Even warmer. I'm putting another robe on. And some mittens.
So do you know how to celebrate this good day though?
Well, I mean, we're not celebrating it. We
are.
It as per the Dark Lord's influence.
Ah, yes, and may he reign for another 1,000 years.
May he reign indefinitely. Is he still here? Is he still listening?
No, he's gone. He left.
This is sort of the point where the Dark Lord typically doesn't listen to podcasts. So he only listens to the first 10 minutes. It's known.
He came by and he asked if I wanted an espresso from a pod machine, and I said I did. Because that's like what he offers everyone. But I know he's just trying to mess with me.
He poured you a steaming cup of Screams.
No,
instead.
he just...
Screams, or it looks like a cold coffee.
Everyone knows pod machine coffee is one of the lowest tiers of coffee. That secretly looks fancy and delicious.
Yeah, I actually honestly don't know how to use pod machines. Like, I had access to one on my last job, and I was just like, I'd like put it in, cloop, and then just go... Start pushing things, turn on the PowerPoint, pour water on it, and then it would pour me a steaming cup of water. I was just like, did I break it? I'm not using this anymore. This was at a time I also found a big jar of sugar, but in a coffee jar. And I was like, this coffee is so old that it has turned white. Like, I thought this place was relatively new. And then a while later, I realized it was sugar. And I was just like, I'm a scientist. I know things.
Well, if you're a scientist, you would also know that eating all that sugar would give you enough energy to make your way through the day.
Yeah, that's how they make coffee.
Pure sugar.
They just crush the sugar. Crush the sugar into such an amount that it becomes bitter. Like, it's like actually a spinning scale. It comes all the way out the other side, and it's just like, this isn't sweet anymore. Now I've got to add more sugar to it to bring it back up again to sweet. But if you add too much, that's the trap.
So to celebrate this day, pretty straightforward. This is what it says on the website. Pretty straightforward, really. You get outside and spend some time under the safest nuclear furnace we know of, the sun. Or big nukes, big old nuclear furnace down on Main Street.
Yep.
Not quite as big as the sun, but it's the biggest one closest. But I guess the sun will do.
I want to say probably not as safe either, but like, is the sun really that safe? I mean, a billion years, like the little number thing that they turn up where it says days since a horrible thing. it is at 1 million, I guess. But, I mean, it's eventually going to just, go big and red and wreck us. The biggest daylight day of all.
And I mean, the sun historically not very safe.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, everyone who's been there
I mean,
hasn't.
all those astronauts we sent to the sun, they didn't fare very well.
Maybe we should try the moon instead. This just isn't working.
I don't understand what's going wrong with these missions.
I'm going to be the first man on the sun. Like, they just get about, I don't know, how close to the sun before you'd completely obliterate? I don't know, 1 meter? 12 meters?
We are deeply saddened to announce that we will be cancelling the Icarus missions. They were a complete failure, and we'll be firing everybody involved in the team.
That's a perfect name.
The Icarus shuttles will be kept on display as a testament to our mistakes.
Yeah.
In summary, we fucked up!
I get it. It's because the character out of Super Smash Bros., Kid Icarus, is actually the worst one.
Yeah. I'm Charles Nasser. Thanks for watching.
My last name's in capital letters. That's how it's spelled. Well, before NASA, I guess we had Icarus, maybe, but it flew too close. And then it's gone.
You reckon if NASA accidentally flew a shuttle too close to the sun, all the news articles would be puns about NASA flying too close to the sun on this one?
Probably. Like, yeah, I mean, how could it not? I couldn't think of anything that isn't that's nearly as good. Although there is a definite art to newspaper headings. I can't think of any examples off my top of my head, but like, I don't know.
Oh, let's make one right now.
Okay.
Nah, this was a bad bit from the beginning.
I hate this. Let's leave.
All right, let me try and generically jump back a few minutes. But yeah, with how to celebrate it, picnics and walks in the forest are some of the best ways to spend Daylight Appreciation Day, remembering that the year to come will only get darker with every passing day until we're full in the depths of winter.
On the stroke of midnight, it'll instantly turn the darkest dark as the Dark Lord surrounds the earth again in his giant mouth.
If you found yourself entombed in your cubicle, help me!
My cubicle being like a coffin, like an actual coffin, with a little computer, like...
shoveling out work for others to go out and spend their day in the sun. Take a day off and remind yourself there's
literally shoveling out work. You get out of the coffin, do some shoveling. The modern work world is very different from the old cubicles you imagined. Under the Dark Lord, we all work the graveyard shift.
At the graveyard factory.
We just shovel the hole empty, shovel the hole full. Shovel the hole empty, shovel the hole full.
Take a day off and remind yourself there's an outdoors.
I wish I could find it in this absolute pitch darkness that is the modern world. With no source of light at all.
Go swimming, have a barbecue, get friends and family together, and have a great Daylight Appreciation Day. I will try in the dark times of winter in Australia.
It is nice to be able to go for a swim without, like, things reaching up and grabbing your legs. I do like daylight days for that. Trying to pull you down into the into the even darker depths.
It is a nice luxury.
Have a picnic. Eat some chives.
So how are you going to spend Daylight Day?
I hate when you use that as your way to get out of the silence so much. Okay.
So what have you been doing this Daylight Day?
I went outside and I peeled all my clothes off and just, hid in a bin. Erase this.
Backtrack.
It's going nowhere.
All right. Where do you want to go with this?
Don't know at all. What I did today was clean out my garage. Ironically, a trash day thing from Pack Rat Day.
Those old.
Okay, wait. We can use that. Okay, ask what I did for.
So how did you spend your Daylight Day?
So as we all know, light is something that it flashes, and sometimes the best way to celebrate a day themed on that is with a flashback. So I celebrated Pack Rat Day and cleaned out my garage.
Okay.
Pack Rat Day being a holiday of a few weeks back. Yes. Yes, that's what I did. That's how I said. No, undo this. I hate it.
So, to go a little bit off topic, I want to tell you about a good friend of mine. They're a sheriff of a town, and that town is Twitter. I want you to meet every sheriff bot on Twitter, which is at every sheriff. And it's, let me just send you these good sheriffs, Zeb.
Sheriffs like police. What exactly is a sheriff? We don't really have. Do we have sheriffs in Australia?
We do now. Now that we live in a worldwide web of connections, we got every sheriff we need.
We do. I would argue we had every sheriff we needed before you showed me this. This is such a simple algorithm, but I'm impressed.
Can you describe one of your favorites?
I like this one, which is a sheriff, but all of his body is spies. It's like a metaphor. They're like the guy. I'm the guy who will protect this town, and then they're like, he's actually made up of a heap of criminals. There's no real guy there or something.
Can you describe exactly what you're seeing, though, for the listeners who are driving their cars and wanting to picture this sheriff?
No, you describe it. I am not doing that.
Every single hour, a new sheriff is born, built out of.
These all say that they all say the day that is.
Hang on, I
didn't realize they all said the exact same date for everyone I can. As far as the eye can see.
I need to explain what it is. Every single hour, a new sheriff is born, built of a new emoji, which takes the place of their body and legs and arms. And it's got a big old smiling cowboy hat emoji face. And below...
It's like a Megatron of emojis. It's like a combination of various emojis that together form a cowboy, a sheriff.
Yeah, with some beautiful boots. And below those, it's got a caption which says, "Howdy, I'm the sheriff of..." And then whatever the emoji represents. So
I didn't see that.
So can you read me some?
Howdy, I'm the sheriff of man biking. Howdy, I'm the sheriff of man cook.
Oh, hey, we got some representation here. Howdy, I'm the sheriff of globe, showing Asia, Australia. That's my boy.
Howdy, I'm the sheriff of OK Hand.
He is.
Howdy, I'm the sheriff of Somalia.
That's not a joke.
It is, because he's a heap of flags. That's what he is. There's an emoji. I didn't know there was emojis for each country.
Howdy, I'm the sheriff of boy. And it's just a bunch of boys. Well, that's it for my topic. Time for Zeb's.
I'm the sheriff of man in suit levitating. I'm the sheriff of woman scientist. And I'm the sheriff of old man. See, what this needs is Infinity War crossover of all of these characters. Imagine if all of these were superpowers and these were superheroes. Again, back to the superhero theme. What if a heap of things and that's the power? I'm the sheriff. What's your superpower? Woman bouncing ball. Maybe the sheriff's power is that he absorbs the characteristics of whatever last emoji was used, and that's his power.
This is one sheriff, and every hour they change their personality based on whatever emoji they see.
Yeah. Howdy, I'm the sheriff of O button, blood type. Sheriff of index pointing up. It's kind of especially funny because he has his hands pointing down. It's like he disagrees and is at conflict with himself.
So you thought you were out of the game. You're in the game now. You're part of the loop. You're inside of the system.
Yeah, I'm going to click follow on this thing.
So yeah, that's at every sheriff. It's just a bot that somebody made and it's been delighting me the last few days.
Sometimes I need a good sigh and I think this will help me do that. Anyway, I think This is something that should not have seen daylight. And on that, is that why we're talking about this? This is something that should have stayed in absolute darkness. Is this how the Dark Lord harms us? This is how he won.
I'm pretty sure the sheriff is our only protection from the Dark Lord at this point.
Our only beacon of hope. He is what causes Daylight Day. On Daylight Day each year, we celebrate 24 every sheriff bot, and the clock ticks through them.
And on the 25th sheriff bot, the world is plunged into darkness.
Maybe the sheriff bot is the Dark Lord, but this is just him he has a good day each year. I don't know. It's like that one episode.
Start talking real sweet about the Dark Lord. I think he's coming back.
Oh man, what a great. My favorite Dark Lord is our Dark Lord.
Hey boys, it's me, the Dark Lord! You better start doing some advertisements! I need to make some money!
Thank you, Dark Lord. Thank you.
He's real close to me, and
he's always keeping us on track.
I don't know if he really understands what I say when I talk, but I can't really risk saying anything negative about the Dark Lord.
I'm pretty sure the Dark Lord understands purely by looking into fourth dimensional cross sections of our mind. So just speak without thinking it. You're probably fine.
Oh, so we should probably go to the ad zone.
Yeah. All right.
And go sell something. I don't know what we're meant to be selling though.
Something. I don't know. Let's see.
Hey, it's Aemyn, your midnight boy, your best friend, your meme sheriff, second fastest meme hands in the West. Put that meme down. To my knowledge, we didn't record an ad for this, so I'm going to see what I can do. But first, I just want to acknowledge that June is Pride Month, which in part commemorates the Stonewall riots. I'm just now learning happened in 1969, but if you can all just hold your nice until the end of the procession. This is just my tiny little blip in this big world of ours for my LGBT plus friends and anybody else listening. You are seen, you are wonderful, and you deserve kindness. And I really can't wait for the day that the rest of the world can just cut the shit out. Anyway, it's Pride Month. I hope you're having a fantastic time. I wish you the best. 69, nice. I think we'll just jump straight back into the episode. I don't think I want to follow that up with a stupid goof of me just talking on my own for like 3 minutes. I'd rather let's go straight back. Welcome back to the But Yeah podcast. We've just got back from our break. It was a pretty quick break, actually. Like, not that long.
Yeah, I haven't had a break that quick before.
I went outside and I went to have a cup of coffee, and by the time I got halfway through it, it was still hot, and I had to go back inside, and it just sucked. I got my daylight into my skin at least for like a few minutes. That was nice.
Yeah, I got some brief exposure through the little crack that I have in the wall. And I went like,
It was nice to absorb some vitamins through my skin for once instead of orally. Usually I have to get them and just eat vitamin pills to survive in this cave, but
I pushed my face up against the edge of the box where the little light holes poke through.
Oh yeah, nice.
Stuck my tongue out and tasted some sunlight. That's great. I mean, we certainly didn't have a break where I had 2 whole work weeks.
Yeah, we definitely didn't. We definitely didn't take like 3 weeks off by accident between the start of this episode and the end of this episode. But what have you been doing for the last 3 weeks, Zeb?
Working. I just watched the recording from a week ago of E3 and saw that they announced the new Skyrim, but not the new Skyrim.
Oh yeah, I remember when they did that last week.
Skyrim 2. Yeah, that was crazy last week when that happened.
Skyrim 2, it's amazing.
And not today.
I like Video Game Donkey's new video about it that he just dropped.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's great.
His usual thing.
Skyrim 2. It's come get it. That's Video Game Donkey. My favorite YouTube character.
Live quotes. But yeah, it looks good. The trailer looks pretty cool. It looks pretty, in part of it, they had the character wearing exactly the outfit of Link from Zelda, the new Breath of the Wild. Not new anymore, 2 years old now. Breath of the Wild.
Well, it was new when we started this show. When we started recording this episode, Breath of the Wild had just come out. But now we're here.
But yeah, it's an outfit in Skyrim, in the new Skyrim, in Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever it is.
Is that the main attraction of the new game?
Yeah, I think it's literally just Zelda, but just in a different engine, I assume.
Oh, fantastic.
You can shoot stuff out of your hands instead. Like, it's FPS Zelda, which sounds great.
It does sound pretty good.
But yeah, they've also got, they also released Fallout 76, which is about consistent with the gap we've had. And
we are in season 7 of But Yeah now.
Yeah.
In this episode. But yeah, it's been a pretty good last few weeks. I can't say I did actually catch up very much on many of the E3 releases. I guess I don't follow video games as closely as I make myself seem like I do.
Well, I don't know. My housemate told me, I was like, ooh, I didn't even know E3 was on. Like, ideally, I'd like to keep up, but I don't.
I didn't know the Triple E was happening.
My favorite part is up the top of the video, which is on, it says hashtag BE3. So it's hashtag B3.
Why?
But I wish it was the emoji B.
It definitely should have been.
Like BE3. Be whatever you want to be, and I want to be E3. Hashtag.
I wish they didn't call it E3 and they just called it EEE.
I just added an E each. I wish they added an E each time they did a new one, though. So by this point, it's just E.
Well, E3 does stand for EEE.
Does it? What's the words?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure it's like Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh.
But they're cowards, so they don't say EEE.
I wish each of the E stood for more E's.
Because then they could be, welcome everybody to E!
E3. That'd be my game conference. I don't know what the Y would stand for. Yes, Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yes, I love Yeet 3 and Bax. Bax, Australia is my favorite expo.
Just yeet with 3 E's. Yeet.
Oh no, what has happened to our show? We've been locked up in this box for too long.
It's purely... We need more sunlight. Thank God it's daylight day still today.
Yeah, it's nice that we do get this daylight once a year.
Yeah, I've been getting dark crazy from the lack of daylight that happens.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how significant the difference was between like northern and southern hemisphere daylight time differences. My housemate was in Europe for a while, basically over the portion of time we've been recording this episode, I guess. But which is a while. Anyway, he was just like, yeah, I was getting nighttime at like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 8 o'clock, I guess it happens here at the brightest time of the year, but 9 o'clock. And then there's sometimes of the year where it's just always dark, or it's just always sunlight. If you go far enough north, it's just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I'd kill for a daylight day up here.
Yeah.
Or something. Or I'd kill for a nighttime day.
That's why they created the day, though, at least. Everyone gets one daylight day a year. It's nice that we get to celebrate ours today over the course of 3 weeks. See, what we did is we rigged the system. We found a loophole in the system where you can enjoy the day for 3 weeks if you just start your show and continue it. They won't stop the day.
Curses, they found the loophole. Take that, Dark Lord who reigns.
Yeah, that goddamn Dark Lord.
He's so 3 weeks ago, though. I don't remember what his deal was.
Yeah, I know. What was your favorite goof from the first half of this episode?
Oh, that time we went down to the mall and we were like, wow, it's daylight here too. Woo! I'm gonna get some prepackaged daylight.
I liked your new hat. That was good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had a hat. Oh man, I was actually going to buy a hat today, and I forgot to buy the hat. Now I can never get it because it's not daytime anymore.
Yeah, I can.
It was like a hat with the crying emoji.
Oh no!
I want it. I'm gonna get it.
Jesus.
And I'm gonna get some crying emoji or some happy emoji slippers. I'm just gonna be like, I am the emoji movie. Super cozy.
Oh no! You can't do that.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't.
I'm gonna do it. Then I just need an emoji shirt.
You can be a.
I'll get all six reacts, and then people can point to different parts of my body based on conversational cues.
Well, they do say it's important to wear your heart on your sleeve, but in this case, you'll be wearing every single emotion all over your body.
That's what you want. It's just the next step. It's the next reasonable step from wearing your heart on a sleeve.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else I've been doing this week. I have started that other podcast, which we should do a little episode of maybe next time.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
I remember we started that. I started doing that idea by testing it with friends, and then we did like a little test on one of our episodes ages ago.
Yeah, we should do a revisit of it. For listeners, so you know, the new podcast is One Letter Better. It has a Twitter.
It does.
Probably called One Letter Better.
Well, I can talk about that here because I have a story about trying to get the Twitter for my show and having to settle for a different one.
Oh no!
There was a little.
You ended up one letter better, but with like the number one or something. I'm guessing.
Well, the very first one I made, I just made it one letter wetter because I couldn't get one letter better. So I changed that slightly, but I didn't want my Twitter to be one letter wetter because. That's terrible. I hate it. I don't want that. So the current one is OLB Pod, which
Olb,
not great. Olb. It's
Olb.
the oldest show in the book.
You should go 1LB, like 1 pound.
No.
The 1 pound podcast.
That's a good podcast idea, but no. So it's OLB Pod on Twitter, but there's a little indie band that started like 5 or 8 years ago in university, called themselves One Letter Better, and then broke up after a couple years.
That's it.
But they kept the username active on Twitter and forgot all their passwords. And I reached out to them by tracking them down who they were. And I messaged them and they're like, yeah, you can have the name. That's awesome. Do your podcast. And they're like, oh, well, we can't remember our passwords or the password to the email that gets you access to the Twitter. And the policies on Twitter is like, go get your password back for your email account. We cannot help you. And I'm like,
I love that you went on such a quest to get it.
Yeah.
And then it just went like an Iliad, like Aemyn's Odyssey is the name of this journey. And he finally gets there and like, time to.
You don't know the email password.
I beat all the things. I'm here at the castle. I'm going to save the day. And they're just like, you can't come in. No.
And now my only option is to ask the people nicely to try harder. Hey, so I can't help you, but can you just try harder, maybe? Can you just keep trying? That's really the only option here.
Yeah, I think you're not going to get it. I think you need to make it one pound podcast.
No, OLB pod is fine for how podcast labels usually go.
Yeah, you can be like, we like to be old school here.
Exactly, I love it. It's great.
we're old the old one letter better podcasts. We're a bit old fashioned here.
Maybe we can stylize the show name to have the B emoji.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, good's not the. That's a thing you could do.
It's terrible for like promotion, trying to get people to know what the show is, etc., etc.
You could set up a hashtag on Instagram, which would. I'm pretty sure you can put that inside. You can. Fun fact for everyone: you can put emojis inside hashtags on Instagram.
Really, I didn't know that.
No one's gonna find them because, like, there's an art hashtag which is just the little palette emoji. The little art palette emoji. It's actually surprisingly popular. I mean, I guess once you follow
no one's gonna search it.
Yeah, I guess once you follow a tag, you'll follow it. But no one's just gonna like casually type in the emojis generally.
Yeah,
but you can. I'm sure B is a high tier meme tag that exists.
Maybe beams would be a quality one. There'd probably be some stuff under that.
Like lasers don't melt beams, steel beams.
No, like memes, but the M is a B.
Oh, beams. Like BEME. BE. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that. But yeah, you can find my new show, One Letter Better, on Twitter at OLBpod, or you can just search it on podcatchers.
It's dropped 2 episodes now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got 2 episodes. I did a marathon recording session where I recorded 8 episodes in a weekend, which I wish we could apply here, but I don't know. We keep things pretty fast and loose.
Yeah.
It did take us.
We're ahead at the moment. I mean, no, we're not. We record things as soon as on the day only.
If we recorded 8 episodes, if me and you tried to record 8 episodes of this, it would take us 8 times 3 weeks, which would be roughly
8 times 3.
8 times 3, that's about 24 weeks. So maybe...
Is it?
In about half a year, we could have 8 episodes of this show. In
one day?
Yeah, can we squeeze half a year of recording into one day?
Wait, let's do that. Let's do it today. It's daylight day. Let's use the daylight. Let's burn through it.
Well, no, the daylight is fading now because the episode has to end.
Not
everything lasts forever.
Wait, I know what we can do. Okay, we're going to go to another break, people.
No, we can't go to another break.
We're going to cheat the system more.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. We'll go to a break, but we'll wrap up the show first.
Okay, that sounds good.
And then we'll go to a break and we'll continue this in the next episode without mentioning it. So thanks for coming, you guys.
Thanks, people. I think it's... Oh, no. The sun, Aemyn's right. I didn't notice before, but it is getting pretty dark inside my cube.
Now that I'm looking directly at the sun and it's just turning into a black dot before my very eyes.
It's just going like a Family Guy joke, like sped up frames. It just shrunk away and zipped away.
Yeah. It's gone now.
Yeah.
We're just in complete darkness.
Like, do you reckon the sun got pulled away or we got pulled away from the sun? It's getting cold again.
Oh, man. These are the questions that these are gonna plague me for a whole nother year until we get back to this sunlight day. Man, I miss the sunlight already.
Yeah.
My plants are dying. They're already rotting.
Man, I just bought a plant. How awkward. I didn't really think ahead, did I?
Why would you idiot? You don't buy a plant on daylight day. You have to buy it before.
I didn't really think. Well, usually they're dead. There's a brief window at the end of daylight day where you can buy a plant and go, okay. Oh, it's instantly dead.
I did get some juice in my solar battery pack at least. So I'm going to have like some good phone scrolling time for a few days. Before it's just back to slime and just the cave rocks.
My little solar-powered mushroom that glows will glow for a bit.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. It's going to be fine, but then it's back to stalactite humor. Like, stalagmite, stalactite, which one is it? For another year. I can't handle that. I don't know.
Well, we'll just have to bear it. Like how a bear bears the hibernation. That was a strange pun. I take that.
Yeah, I hate all these hibernating bears.
You'll just stalag have to.
Shut up.
Bye, everyone.
Everything sucks in this cave. There's like slime everywhere. There's these creatures that ask riddles all the time. Like, what's in an egg? And you're like, I don't know, yolk. And they're like, ha ha ha, wrong. An egg is a treasure chest full of golden treasure. And you're like, I hate this riddle. This is as bad as every other riddle that's ever existed. Can we please leave?
What?
Oh, man. I don't want to... Well, this iteration of us is going to be trapped in here for another year, but until next time, you can listen to the other ones of us talking on the other episodes. It's been But Yeah, the podcast.
This is
Aemyn and Zeb. You can find us on Twitter at ButYeahPod.
This is a parallel... Every episode we do is actually a parallel reality. It's a different Aemyn and Zeb each time. And the reality of that day. And the reality of this day here is, eternal darkness.
That would explain a whole heckin' lot about our show.
No wonder everything's so repeatedly non what's the word?
This is a non-linear show. We should have mentioned that.
No wonder things are frequently out of context and we reference episodes that we didn't release. I'm done.
Oh, man. You can find our Facebook group at bit.ly/but-yeah-group. I think that link still works in this universe. You can go on iTunes and rate us. That's something you could do to show your appreciation for the daylight that we bring you every day.
We will give you a prize in one of the realities if you do.
Well, that's the thing, is there is an infinite number of universes out there, and there is a podcast by us in every single one of them. That's our disclaimer. You heard that at the start of the show.
Yeah.
And that we stand by that. Sorry.
Listening to our podcast is actually you trying to find that one good episode.
And when you do find them, please go on iTunes and rate them. That's the only way to keep them alive.
Point it out to us. We need to know which reality it's in so we can, collapse the wave particle down to that function.
And go kill them, and we go take their places and live in that universe where we're popular. Yeah. I've buried myself so many times.
I was thinking more like dissect them for what's different about you? What have you got that I don't? Other me? From universe 83? I don't know.
Yeah. Someday I'm going to get off this goddamn rock. I don't know why we chose to land on this one. They think they totally tricked us. They were like, ha ha ha, we have a better show than you. And we're like, ha ha, well, how about you swap with us? And then they stole our places and now we're trapped here on this goddamn planet.
And trapped here in darkness world.
It sucks.
Man.
Anyway, enjoy your life in sunlight. We'll see you next time, I guess. Maybe next year. Oh, man.
I assume you're hearing us through some kind of interdimensional radio or like a fax machine. What's that movie where there's the time-traveling phone?
Yeah, like...
Whatever that is.
I don't know, but...
Fax. I don't know.
Oh, man.
See you, everyone. We love you. Please have a good one.
Bye, everyone. Send good thoughts, even though it's not going to help. We'll see you next year. Bye. What an episode to come back from a break with.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, we're not. We're coming back with Jerky Day, and then it's back into the weird shit.
Jerky Day's between? Oh, yeah, Jerky Day's before this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes even less sense.
Good.
Although you will actually get to hear us sort of descend into madness.
Damn it, that means E3 is 2 weeks ago. It truly is a non-linear adventure.